Well, hello there. It's great to see you. Thanks for joining me. This is the Tripod Intermediate class. We'll be using a medium-sized dumbbell, anything that you are comfortable pressing overhead, and then a light-sized kettlebell. This is a 6-kilo bell for me. If you have not taken the Tripod Beginner class, I recommend that now. Your tripod position is going to start down on the ground. I'm going to demonstrate this one first so you can see what the goal is. We start in bear pose with our knees hovering. We kick through to the tripod press, and then we go back to bear. So we'll be breaking this down one component at a time. This class has no music, so turn your own music up and let's get going. We'll start on our back for hip raise. Your feet are hip distance apart, hands to the mat. On your exhale, imprint your lower spine down into the mat. Now you can't slide your hand under your back. If you arch your back, then you can slide your hand under, but we want to imprint so the belly is contracted and then arch it. Do this 3 times. Imprint, tilt the pelvis, and then arch the back. Again, imprint, the lower belly contracts. Now lift the hips and lower the hips. Arch the back, imprint to lift and lower. Arch the back, imprint to lift and lower. Do this a couple times on your own. Your hands are here to help you press, and you're just articulating your spine, tilting the pelvis to activate the core before you lift the hips up. Now hold it at the top and small pulses for 3, 4, 2, 4, 1, and lower your hips. Ab prep. Place your hands on your thighs. Exhale, lift the head and shoulders up and your fingertips slide towards your knees. Inhale to lower and exhale to lift. Do this on your own. Each time your fingertips reach towards your knee, you're imprinting your spine down so your belly is contracted. Imagine you have an apple under your chin so your neck is long. Small pulses at the top for 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it at the top, and exhale, release. Nice job. Reach your hands to the sky, legs come to tabletop position, and rock 3 times to a seated position. Cross your legs, come forward into tabletop. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Cat and cow. Inhale, arch the back. Tailbone rises, eyes look up. And exhale, push the floor away and round the spine. Inhale, grip the ground, heart forward. Exhale, press down with the tops of your shins and your feet. Do this on your own. Wrist stretch. Start to pedal out your fingers. Turn them towards each other and then turn them away and around so that they point towards your knees. Do this like 2 or 3 times. You're shifting the weight from hand to hand, just turning the fingers, working and stretching open, preparing for bear. Bear sit. Turn your fingers slightly towards each other. Bend the elbows and start to lower. Now curl your toes under, lift your knees, your belly is braced and your knees hover off the floor. Bend the elbows, small presses here. Do 5 of them. Your knees hover, your belly is braced, your lower back is long and lengthened. From here, take a sit on your left hip bone. So you swung to the left, you're seated on your hip bone, and now you're back into bear. Transition to the seated position, back to bear on your own. Each time you find the seated position, your right elbow comes to the right hip bone, and one day you'll have a kettlebell in that hand. Belly is braced the whole time. We'll do the other side. From bear pose, sit down on your right butt. Your left elbow goes to the left hip bone. You're swinging towards the right, sitting down on the right side. And last one, kneeling press. Come to a kneeling position with your right leg forward. We'll be using the dumbbell for this set. Grab the dumbbell with a right hand and rack it. On your exhale, press overhead. Do this 10 times. We're building confidence in the overhead position from a kneeling stance. Your back leg is out at a 45-degree angle for more support. Switch sides. Change legs and change hands. Do 10. Elbow moves forward on the way up and forward on the way down. Come all the way back to rack position with your elbow by your rib cage. Kneeling windmill. Switch legs and switch hands. I'll change the perspective so you can see from the front. Right leg is forward, right hand has the bell. Press it, hold it, eyes look up. Left hand reaches for the floor about 14 inches from your left knee. Exhale to come all the way back up. Do this 10 times. If you're not familiar with the kneeling windmill, I recommend the windmill series, but your eyes watch the weight the entire time it's over your head. Your hand is far away from your knee. You want that hand about 14 inches from your knee so that your leg, your femur, and your arm create two vertical pillars supporting your torso. You need the wrist to stack under the shoulder. Switch sides. The back leg is at a 45-degree angle. Your eyes look up the whole time, and your hand taps the ground, palm all the way down, about 14 inches out from your knee. Side obliques work to get you slowly down and slowly back up. Nice job. Bell's down. Move the bell off the front end of the mat. Downward facing dog. Toes curl under. Hips lift to the sky. Press down with the heels of your hands. Bend your knees a lot and move your chest closer to your thighs. Inhale to a high plank position. Exhale, downward dog with your knees bent a lot. Inhale to high plank again. Lock out the legs and squeeze the glutes. Exhale, back to downward dog with your knees bent. Row. Step your left foot forward, your right foot forward, and come to a kettlebell stance. Grab your bell and bring it to the middle of your mat. Left hand on bell to start. Right forearm on right thigh. Flat back and tight belly. Pull the bell all the way to the hip bone. It's a row, so your elbow is close to the torso. We're activating your lats. Do 8 more. Sharp exhale out the mouth. Push down with the opposite arm as you pull. Switch sides. Belly braced. Drive down into the thigh. Bell to hip bone. Single swing. Bring the kettlebell to the front edge of the mat. Find your hiked position. Hike through the groin to chest height, through the groin, and all the way back down. You'll do 10 of these. The single swing is getting you used to thrusting the hips forward. Each time the bell goes through the groin, it's close to the inner thighs. Each time you stand up, you just stand straight up with straight legs, and the bell will float to chest height. Then you put it back on the ground to repeat, but it goes through the groin close to the inner thighs as possible. Plank drag. Lower the bell, find a plank position, and the bell goes underneath your chest. Handlebar north and south. Your hands are in front of the bell and your knees behind. Start in a kneeling position. Grab the bell with your left hand and drag it to the left side. Right hand drags it to the right side. Left hand to the left and right hand to the right. Can you lift your knees into bear pose and drag right to left? Do 8 on your own. Your belly is braced. Lower back long. Fingertips turn slightly inwards. Knees stay low to the floor. Resist sticking your butt in the air. Water break. Nice job. Lower your knees down, get some water, shake it out. Reverse tabletop. Leave the bell in the middle of the mat. Step your feet outside the bell, hands behind your back, fingertips forward. Exhale, lift the hips, inhale, lower. Exhale, lift and inhale, lower. Do 8. We're countering the shoulder rotation, stretching out the chest after bear. When you're ready, lift your hips, hold, tricep dip. Bend the elbows, small pulses at the top. Three more. 2 more. Last one. Rainbow arc. Bring both feet over to one side of the bell. Lift one leg and then the other leg over. One and then the other. This is your modification. Advanced option, your legs simultaneously lift, right then left, and then left then right. Your hands are behind your back. Your chest is lifted and open. Reverse tabletop to counter and press. Lay all the way down and move the bell over to one side of your mat. Once you're on your back, insert one hand into the handlebar by rolling over towards it. Rack position, stack the wrist over the elbow. Press down with your feet equally and exhale to push away from the chest, not over the face. Do 4 just like this. If you're confident here and you want a harder variation, straighten out your left leg, your opposite leg. Drape your knee across the body. Exhale, press, maintain the twist. Your side obliques work harder this way. If your left hand has the bell, your left knee is bent. If the right hand has the bell, your right knee is bent. Opposite hand presses against the thigh to keep your bent leg low and stable. Both shoulders stay touching the floor. Lower the bell, roll it around the head, not over your face, and do the other side. Roll towards it, insert your hand, rack it, and just press like this to ensure that you have stability, comfort, and confidence. If you're good pressing this way, straighten out your opposite leg. Drape your bent knee across the body, maintain the twist, and press. Elbow stacks underneath the wrist the entire time. Resist letting the kettlebell touch the floor. Double leg stretch. Lower the bell, bring both legs into tabletop, head and shoulders lift. Extend the arms and legs and back to starting position. Your lower back is glued to the ground the entire time. You're maintaining the imprinted spine, so the lowest part of your belly is active. Bear sit. Come on up into a seated position. Grab the kettlebell and move it to the middle of the mat. Find bear pose with your right hand on the handlebar. Stack your elbow over the wrist. You want a 90-degree angle with your right arm. Lift your knees 1 inch off the mat. Press down firmly with your left hand. Sit down on the left side and rack it. Do this 3 times on your own, pressing firmly down with the left hand, using a lot of core strength to pull your knees up, sitting on the left side. Let's switch after this next one. Move the bell over to the left side of the mat. Left hand on bell, right elbow bends, sit on the right hip bone, and rack it on the left arm. Repeat this 3 more times. Bear kick through. Move the kettlebell off the front end of the mat. In your bear pose, sit on the left side and extend the left leg out long. You need to externally rotate to press the outside edges of your feet down. Come back through bear. Do it again. Sit on the left side, the left leg extends. And back through center. Pick the knees up, kick the leg through, and come back to bear. Other side. Sit on the right leg extends, and back to bear. Your goal is to hover the knees the entire transition. Trying this on your own, remember your belly is extra active to keep your knees hovering. Let's try it with the bell. You can remove your yoga mat and go just straight on the floor if you're finding out that your mat is sticking during the sit down, causing you to get all jumbled with your legs. Watch me the first time with my right hand on the bell. I start in bear. My knees lift. I bend the left arm, come into rack and extend the right leg. I unwind by lifting my hips and gently coming back to center. I'll switch sides, moving the bell to the left hand on bell, Left leg extends as I sit, and back to center. Join me. Right hand on bell, knees lift, sit through, right leg extends, back into bear. Switch, left hand on bell, right leg extends, and back to bear. Let's do the other side. Right hand on bell, left leg extends, and back to bear. Switch again. Left hand on bell, right leg extends, and back to bear. Right hand, left leg. Reset, switch, left hand, right leg. Reset and switch. One more time each side. Finish your last one back in bear pose, the starting position. Move the bell off the front end of the mat and shake it out. Nice job. We're going to start our cool down with some water, and then we'll lay down on our back. Our first move to stretch is bridge. If you want a longer, more well-rounded recovery, I recommend the tripod stretch class, specific to countering all the movements we just did. You're on your back, you lift your hips, and interlace all 10 fingers behind your back. Shrug your shoulder blades under, move your chest away from your legs, and move your chin away from your chest. Press down firmly with both arms to lift the hips. Release and roll down. Touch your knees together at center, letting your legs internally rotate to release your lower back and hold here. One more bridge. Knees come hip distance apart, hips lift, interlace all 10 fingers behind your back, shrug your shoulder blades under, lift and open the chest, move your chin away from the chest, press down firmly with all points of contact on the mat. On your exhale, release your grip of your hands and then roll your spine down one vertebrae at a time, nice and slow. Knee circles. Bring your knees above your hips, grab your hands on top of your kneecaps, keep your knees touching and make circles. Go in both directions and massage your lower back. Twist. Drop both knees over to one side and eyes look away. Both shoulders are grounded. Your opposite hand can press down on the thigh to deepen the twist. Chill out here and slow down your breathing. Maybe close your eyes. On your next inhale, lift your legs, and exhale, drape them to the other side. Eyes look away, both shoulders stay touching the floor. Inhale to come up, roll up 3 times, come to a comfortable seated position. Side stretch. With your hands by your hips, inhale, the right arm reaches over. Exhale, release. Inhale, left side. Exhale, release. Do 2 more on each side. Lengthen the spine, grow tall, feel the stretch in the side of your body. Thank you for joining me today. You did an amazing job. Feel good about your accomplishments. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.